The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble. You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope every wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case would be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects. Well, actually, right now, right now, you have half of the usual suspects in the building. First, he is the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
Well, I'm used to having two people go ahead of me.
I know. That's what happens when it's only half of the forum. That's what happens.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Look, just look me right in my eyes when you say it, Mo. It's too funny. It's too funny. As for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. Dude, I promise you, Jay and Oz will be here momentarily. They aren't here yet. And as they pop in, I'll make sure that they get the introduction that they deserve. But until then, we just want you to know that we have a great show for you today, because we are going to be talking to you all about the trade Torrent from Image Comics, coming to you from Mark Guggenheim and Justin Greenwood, right? Greenwood?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, good. I was about to say, I'm like, wait a minute. I had the right color. I knew that. I'm like, do I have the right, I'm
The
like,
right color, the right material.
Right, exactly. I'm like, okay, yeah, but Justin Greenwood and Mark Guggenheim. And we're also going to be talking to you all about Madam Web. So the Madam Web came out today. Fantastic Forum is bringing it to you today. So we got that going on. And oh, he gone.
Yeah.
It's all right. He'll be back. He'll be back.
The call of the dead mouse.
But yeah, we got that. Plus, we got some comic book news, of course, and whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. And we'll tell you how it is you can let us know what you want to talk about in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope you're doing well, good sir. And with that said, we'll have our intern tell you how it is you can be the...
Want to get in on
right
the
now,
action?
you'd be the third
Call
member.
Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
FantasticForum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to. Want to get in on the
Indeed,
action?
you do. All right. But yeah, Fantastic Forum .live, and you can go and hit the call-in button. You will be the fourth member of Fantastic Forum, because, ladies and gentlemen, our intrepid senior reporter, our man that's next in line for the cowl, our resident Dark Knight detective, Oz, is here. Hello, Oz.
Okay, I'm guessing this is better.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, listen, you spoke to me when I spoke to you. That sounds fantastic, like the forum. I love it.
Oh, I guess you guys can't hear me.
We can hear you.
We can. We're 100% talking to you. You don't hear us?
Oh, well. Now I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what is going on? Tiger Claw says maybe Oz left because he was disgusted with what he saw in regards to Madam Web. Damn.
He didn't watch it.
Wow, Tiger Claw. Wait, that is uncharacteristically negative in regards to a superhero movie from Tiger Claw. Like, you hold on to those thoughts, Claw, because we're gonna get to it, and when we get to it, we want to hear what you think too. Whoa,
I'm gonna watch a movie starring 4 chicks.
Oh, see,
all right,
see, that's not right.
All right,
Ooh. No,
it's actually starring 5.
See, well, hold on to it. Hold on to it, Mo.
And I guess
Oh,
I mean, if you want
hold on,
to,
hold on. Oh man, like Tiger Claw didn't go see it. What Tiger Claw? I haven't seen it, but the reviews are trashing it. Now,
Oh, it's not
look,
review bombed this time. We're not calling it that anymore.
right, right. People have just collectively agreed, like, oh no, that's definitely not going to be good, right? They're just like, oh, of course. But it's interesting though because, like, now I'm wondering. Tiger Claw usually goes to see these movies like as soon as they come out, and if I'm not mistaken,
on a weekend though.
well, I feel like Tiger Claw has seen a movie or two during the week. No,
It's maybe like on a holiday week or something, but yeah.
And that might be true. That might be true. It might be a holiday thing. I was wondering. I'm like, maybe Tiger Claw has like a little Valentine. He got a boo that was just like, oh, I can't do it.
She's like, I can't.
The thing is,
watch One Love.
there it is. Tiger Claw says the thing is, the movie came out on a Wednesday. So I get it. Tiger Claw's like, I can't miss Fantastic Forum to go see a comic movie. I agree.
Yeah, you don't want to go out today, too. People be like having sex all around you.
Right. In the Madam Web theaters. Yes. Everyone knows that.
The emptiest one.
That was if it was a swingers party, that'd be the place to be at the Madam Web. It was 11 couples in my theater that I saw. And then like
interesting.
There's also the one family of dudes.
Don't forget, like all these women love Dakota Johnson because she was in 50 Shades. So
was Dakota Johnson in 50 Shades of Grey?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch 50 Shades of Grey. I don't know.
Well, you're not the romantic I believed you to be.
Right, because that's what that's all about. Romance.
It's a love story.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Okay. Tiger Claw says, I didn't see the new Aquaman, and this was before it was the holidays, but I will make sure to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3 this Christmas. Because
by the way, I'd like to hear Tiger Claw's opinion of the Knuckles trailer.
Yeah. I would not mind that either.
Oh, did we?
We haven't. But wait a minute. So wait, Tiger Claw up until this point didn't go see Aquaman 2? Is that what he said?
He hasn't seen it.
What made Tiger Claw not go see Aquaman 2?
He said the holidays.
It's February.
Aquaman 2 came out in December. Nobody's going to watch it after December. Nobody watched it in December.
Well, listen, I'm not talking about people.
Plus,
I'm talking about Tiger Claw.
You got the Tamale Empire. Like, that's the biggest, holiday's the biggest season for Tamale.
Especially December.
Tiger Claw has always had the Tamale Empire. This is the thing. Like, it feels to me like something's changing with Tiger Claw.
Well,
something's changing.
Biden ruined the
Biden.
Yeah.
It's difficult to ship, to the Middle East these days. Yeah, it's like, although strangely, it's a lot easier to get stuff from the border. But what are we talking about?
Tiger Claw says the Knuckles trailer was really good. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We need Jay here.
I watched it. I watched that trailer with my wife, and she hasn't seen the movies, but she honestly thought it was a movie when she was watching it, and was surprised when she found out it was a show.
Dude, the production quality, like Tiger Claw is absolutely right. Like the production quality of the show is right on par with the movies, it seems. Which, I mean, whether you want to say that's a knock towards the movie or props to the TV show, I would say props because I like at least the first Sonic movie I really liked. The second one had left a little something to be desired, even though there were some great parts. But
I really wish it didn't have people in it.
It 100%. Less people would be better, and that really showed in the second one. Like they had like you all remember.
I'm talking about Knuckles, the trailer.
I agree with that across the board with this Sonic. Like the parts where it shines. Or I won't say no people because you do need Robotnik, but outside of him, Like we don't need any people outside of him. So anyway, Tycla says they spend a huge amount of money for the Knuckles series because it looks like something you can watch at the theater. There it is. So speaking of trailers, the Deadpool trailer dropped. Well, a tease dropped over the Super Bowl, right? Like over Super Bowl or on Super Bowl Sunday, which directed people to go to the actual trailer online. What did you all think of Deadpool 3 trailer? Oz, what was your initial thoughts, man?
Yeah, it's Deadpool. I mean, it looked good. It looked better than a lot of the stuff we've been getting from Marvel lately. But
Marvel only though, huh? Not as good as Aquaman 2.
Aquaman's making all the money. I don't know what you're talking about.
Aquaman 2 is.
Yeah, we talked about that story.
I mean, yeah, like Tiger Claw didn't go see it.
I mean, look,
that's my barometer.
That's not for it to make that much money slowly. That's not marketing. That's word of mouth. That's like people enjoying it and going to go see it because it didn't make anything when it opened.
That's how my Big Fat Greek Wedding turned into like a franchise.
Right, that is true.
But I mean, look, I've just been fooled by way too many trailers lately. And as much as I trust Ryan Reynolds with the Deadpool stuff that he's done, like the other two movies are great. It's a wait and see.
Wait, so why is it a wait and see? Why is it wait and see? Because the other two movies are great. Like, isn't that the opposite of how things are usually work? Where you're like, the first one was epic, the second one was epic. We'll see what happens with this third one.
Well, the second, I would argue the second one isn't as good as the first one.
I agree.
And now we're on the third.
I would agree with that.
I haven't seen the second one, but I know.
Have you not seen Deadpool 2?
No. Like
he hates Cable.
No, I hate Mutant Juggernaut.
You hate Juggernaut?
He's not a mutant.
No, he doesn't like Mutant Juggernaut.
Oh.
Which, I can understand. Like, I like the like comic book actor.
That's gonna come into play into my Madam Web review too, by the way.
Of course it is. Like, because it wouldn't be a Madam Web review without a mention of Juggernaut and his non-mutant origins.
Well, Larry, you read those books, The Unstoppable Juggernaut Saga.
I have. Oh, see, how dare you? You know what? Never mind. Let's move on. He said, "Did he said did he though?"
Oh,
it's like let's move on to you, Mo. What are your thoughts on Deadpool?
I still think we live in a world without stem cells.
Wait, what? What? Why does
Larry used aborted liquefied babies to like clean his eyes, and now he can see?
Oh, Jesus.
No, it wasn't a joke about his eyes. It was a joke about his non-comic book loveness.
That's what I took it as too.
Pre-Disney Marvel. That was pre-Disney Marvel, so I don't think he read it.
Son of a bitch. Moses, what did you think of? Which and Tiger Claw did say in chat, Deadpool. It is Deadpool and Wolverine. That's the title officially. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, there's no Wolverine in it. Like,
I mean, there's Wolverine in the trailer.
No,
it's just
a shadow and some claws. Like that could have been.
And then they do show Patch. You didn't see Patch?
No, I didn't see Patch.
Oh, see? Oh,
now who hasn't seen it?
Yeah, see.
Patch, yeah. They showed Deadpool walking up to what looks like a poker table in a casino, which we don't know that it's Madripoor, but you see a gentleman in a white coat, like his back, and the silhouette definitely looks like Patch.
Oh, but you didn't see the face with the patch. You didn't patch.
You see the hair.
You can't see there's an eye patch on that motherfucker.
You kind of can. You see the strap in the hair.
That could have been anything.
Why?
That could have been Deathlock.
It could have been Deathlock.
You're giving them way too much credit if you think they know who the fuck that is.
Well,
Deathlock was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Same. My my statement stands.
It does, though. That was not a good Deathlock in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but it was a good show, but it wasn't a good Deathlock. Yeah. So anyway.
I mean, you gotta give the props for opening with Deathlock, though. Like, he's the first guy they're fighting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I didn't appreciate it in the moment, but now looking back, I'm like, yeah, like they literally like that's the first antagonist is Deathlock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, they definitely dug deep. But you know, it's the first trailer, so like you're not mad. You're mad that they only teased Wolverine as opposed to actually showed him.
They've already leaked images. Might as well show him.
His name is in the title. Like it's not. They're not keeping.
They already leaked it. They might as well show him. Don't give a fuck what the title is. The title would be Your Mother Snatch, but you got to show me Wolverine.
Oh, dude. I thought he was about to say you got to see your mom snatch. I was like, oh my god. I was about to be get all flustered. I was like, oh, my stars and garters. No, but okay. So right. So let me ask you this question though, and this is something that I've wanted to ask you all for a minute now. Is it better that we have Hugh Jackman reprising this role as Wolverine, or would you have preferred a new Wolverine in this movie? What do you say, Mo?
I guess I'm ready for a new Wolverine. But I mean,
I mean, we're gonna get a new Wolverine.
Yeah, I don't want like Elijah Wood or whoever they were saying to be in. Like,
it's definitely Elijah Wood.
Yeah, Elijah Wood is the Harry Potter kid, right?
No, Elijah Wood is the Hobbit.
No, the guy
from Radcliffe is Harry Potter.
Yeah, no, but the guy from the Hobbit is Martin Freeman.
The Hobbit named Frodo.
Actually,
there's a lot of Hobbits.
Elijah, but imagine Elijah Wood from Sin City. That could be Wolverine.
No, that
no. He said no.
He could be. Was it a Wild Child or whatever? Like,
oh, dude, Elijah would be an awesome Wild Child. Yeah. Oh my god!
I'm telling you, Hollywood, Marvel, Sony, come to me, man. Like,
dude. For those that are like, who is Wild Child? And I'm it's unfortunate that Jay's not here right now because he would have been pulling up a picture I know right now because he look and he would Jay would have his lip would have quivered because Jay likes Wild Child too. Like Jay's a Mutant Liberation Front fiend too, but he is a obscure Marvel mutant from the Mutant Liberation Front, which was like one of the primary antagonists of X-Force in the 90s, and you know.
He looks like a skinny Sabretooth.
Yeah.
He kind of has like, I mean, he can't say he looks like a skinny Sabretooth because whatchamacallit is the skinny Sabretooth, right? What's old boy from Alpha Flight? Oh man. I can't remember. Like he was his partner in Age of Apocalypse. What's old boy's name? Oh, damn it. Like, I feel bad. I'm like, I know this character. Damn it. He's not coming to me. Look. But
maybe if you use a little
shot. Oh, wait a minute. Or am I getting my people mixed up actually? Am I
you think they all look the same to you?
Oh, listen. It turns out you can't put just Wild Child into Google and it comes up. Yeah, no, Wild Child is exactly a skinny Sabretooth. I'm sorry. You know who I was thinking of? Because Wild Child wasn't in Mutant Liberation Front. Who am I thinking of? What's that fool's name? No, now that's gonna bother me. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. And again, and this is This is again why Joe should have been here, because Joe would have known that I was messing that up too and been like, "What are you talking about?"
I mean, we all know.
No, you don't. You all don't even know who I'm talking about right now.
You don't know who you're talking about, so yeah.
I know exactly who I'm talking about in my head. I don't know his name. I don't know his name.
I know who you're talking about in your head too.
Do you?
It just hasn't transferred over to mine.
Wild Side is who I was thinking about. That's who I was thinking about, and I'll show you a picture. Which, again, another thing that you can't just type into Google. Wild Side is who I was thinking about, which is, oh yeah, that's a great 90s picture of this fool. Hold on. Bam. There it is. Hold on. Sorry. Damn it. Where do I share my screen? All of a sudden. Here
Where's
it is.
this present?
None yet. Thanks. Where it says present. This is who I was thinking about.
Oh,
and in fairness, yeah, that's Wild Side. And he's in the Mutant Liberation Front. Wild Child is in fact a skinnier Sabretooth, and that's why I was confused, because I was like, but the name. I got too many mutants in my head. This should be Harry Potter?
No, the Wild Child.
Yeah, look.
Dude is ripped. I mean, Mo would be proud of how ripped that guy is.
See, I thought Elijah Wood would be a good version of this guy. And Elijah Wood can definitely play Wild Child too. But now we have, we can cast Elijah Wood as this guy and then cast Daniel Radcliffe as Wild Child, and they can both be in it. They can fight each other. It'd be awesome. Even though Wild Child is a lot more interesting though than Wild Side. Like Wild Side is just like a 90s thing. What does Wild Side even do? Like, I know he has a power. I can't tell it to you off the top of my head. Like, that's how,
it's the hair.
What? It's the it's like this was the mutant power to look like that.
Yeah, he's like the white was it dude from Kid and Play.
He's like the white dude from Kid and Play. You mean Kid?
Yeah, Kid. Which he's kind of white.
Oh man. What is this? Okay, here we go. His powers, he can make hallucinations.
Hallucination inducement. Sharp claws. That's superhuman agility and reflexes.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, and he got a secondary mutation of hallucination solidification. So he makes the hallucinations real.
Oh,
that's kind of cool.
That's definitely happened later, because that didn't happen before.
That happened before the decimation. Now he no longer exists.
Damn. Yeah, but anyway, all right. So,
but yeah, back to the real quick. I did like seeing the TVA in it, and I'm excited about it.
Dude, like, I honestly, I'm super excited for this movie. Like, I think this joint's going to be really good. And it seemed like I love the TVA aspect, because it's like, technically in the in the first movie, he did kind of like mess with like timeline type stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that actually kind of fits. And so, man, I don't know. Like, it'll be it. The way it presented was super cool. Like, it feels like things are gonna like come together and fit pretty snugly, which I like.
Oh yeah, I did see Pyro.
You know what? I was told of that after the fact. I did not recognize that guy as Pyro at all.
And it's weird, because the only reason I recognized it when I saw it was because of the goggles. So I'm like, I didn't recognize the actor or anything, but I'm like, those goggles, I'm like,
was it Pyro goggles?
This is Pyro. You know, like it just hit me like pyro. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Taking Tugboat says, I'm excited, but not over expecting things like others. Uh,
Yes, he agrees
I
with me.
mean, well, I
Hey,
don't know if that's true because he says I'm excited, but you didn't
forgive
say you
me
were
for
excited.
over expecting Wolverine.
Look, you didn't say you were excited, Oz. You were basically trying to play it all super cool, like, I'll take it or leave it.
Like he's trying to seduce it.
I mean, they didn't show me Wolverine. What can I say?
Oh,
I'm
come
a
on.
purist like that.
Oh, jeez.
The name is in the title.
You two. You two are
Is
so
it though?
silly. Is it though? Is it really Wolverine though?
I
Yeah.
mean, TVA's involved. They might not be the same Wolverine.
Oh, it might not be for real, but
Well, no, because he's dead. Like he got killed
because of
by
Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a younger version. And how do we
Is
know
it
that's
gonna be?
Wolverine and not X-24?
Oh,
Well, because
boo.
X-24 should be a woman.
Not
That's
in
true, too.
Logan. That you didn't
Yeah,
get mad about that, did you?
Yeah, I've been pissed about that for
I think-
years. Larry heard
Yeah,
me
he
yell at
has,
somebody at the barber
yeah,
shop like 2 days ago. You
Mo,
know?
Mo has consistently been angry about that for a minute now.
Like
I
I was
hope-
pissed that would be what we would see in the trailer.
I
Without
hope
even-
they bring back the X-23 girl and put her in a proper costume. I think she's 18 now, right?
I don't know. It's like I'm definitely not keeping track, just so you know.
I hope
That's
that they
creepy.
bring even like her and Dakin, and then Sabretooth kills them all for Wolverine's birthday. That would be awesome if they did that in the movie.
Like, I mean, wow. So Sabretooth will probably be in this movie, huh?
Yeah, but I don't know if we don't really have a good Sabretooth.
Yeah, what Sabretooth is it the one from the original X-Men movies or the Wolverine movies?
I mean, the only which
Liev Schreiber
Tyler,
is the one
Yeah, Tyler Mane, but Tyler Mane isn't as big as he used to be, and
he's not.
I think he's old.
they could put him in a suit.
No, fuck
Tyler
that.
Mane.
Fuck that.
Tyler Mane is the only like decent looking Sabretooth we've gotten, but he's not.
Yeah.
Huh? He's not.
I mean,
he's not.
He's like towering and stuff, but he still didn't look that great. Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, I'm literally talking about live action. So, like, I agree with you that he's not like, if you're like, oh, I want someone that looks like the comic, that wasn't it, but that's the closest we've gotten.
We should get Brock Lesnar.
He might not be. He's got to deal with some stuff. Let's not.
Yeah.
You literally have to like dub his voice over. Like,
yeah.
He can't say one Sabretooth line with that voice.
It's like, if it isn't Torrent.
I mean, he could just.
No, that's the manager. I don't even think he can. Like, he kind of has like a. Have you heard Brock Lesnar speak?
Yeah.
Like, Brock Lesnar's like he
sound...
almost has like a Mike Tyson kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
But not even like. But Mike Tyson even makes that joint work for him. Brock Lesnar doesn't.
I'll make orphans of his children.
Exactly. Like that joint actually comes across as intimidating when he wants it to be intimidating, and it comes across hilarious when he wants it to be hilarious. Yeah, man. Mike Tyson out here bending reality to his will.
But that's not the only thing. Right. Mike Tyson is a Sabretooth.
There it is. Okay. You have a Sabretooth that's shorter than Wolverine. Look, Mike Tyson is Wild Child.
Mike Tyson could be the little dude that jumps off a tusk.
Such a good reference. I love it. Cats again. I can't look.
You could tell I've been playing with my action figures.
Look, for real, I'm like, man, that is like a deep cut, like Apocalypse Minion reference. Like, like I love it. I love it. Okay. Uh, we should start talking about Torrent. Y'all ready to do some comic book reviews?
Yeah, as soon as I find the theme and get
No
rid of
problem. Look. Oh wait, here we go. Look. Taking Tubbo says that's why Brock Lesnar gets Paul Heyman to do the talking for him. 100%. Like, that's like the 100% reason why valets exist for, like for that situation. No question.
but imagine seeing him in like the full costume, like with the fur around his.
Look, it's gonna happen. I'm 100% convinced that
I think
we'll get there because
I'm gonna pay Dave Ryan to draw that for me. Just make a painting, like recreate one of those old covers, but with Brock Lesnar as Sabretooth.
That would actually be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Even though, like, like, would you have him like? You wouldn't have it would be Brock Lesnar's face, but he would have like Sabretooth hair, right?
Yeah, Sabretooth hair for sure, and fangs.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I would like to see that. Yeah, I would do, especially if Ryan is drawing it, dude. That'd be amazing.
Comic book
Review.
comic book
Like
Review.
well, not like that, but like
they say, music can tame even the most savage beast,
Yes.
like Sabretooth.
Yes.
Saber teeth.
Saber teeth. Saber teeth. Watch out for the saber teeth. Oh jeez. Okay. Torrent. Not number one. Torrent trade.
Graphic novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It collects all 5 issues of the series that came out last year.
Yeah, I think
So-
in November or something, September maybe. Yeah.
I think. Oh, you say the trade came out.
No,
September, November?
the first issue came out like September, and I think this graphic novel just came out like 2 weeks ago or
Yeah.
a month ago.
Right.
But yeah, you gonna do the intro or should I?
No, go for it, Bo. Tell us about Torrent.
So Torrent, if you remember way back, we had a comic book we reviewed, one of the early episodes of Fantastic Forum called Resurrection. Post-apocalyptic alien abduction invasion book that was so good that we offered a money back guarantee, and nobody took us up on it. And now that team has come back and brought you Torrent. Torrent is the story of a superhero that goes vigilante, but like mad vigilante, like not like Batman vigilante, but like the Punisher vigilante. And it happens over a set of circumstances where she is a superhero and balances life being a housewife and a mom. And somehow the bad guys get her secret identity and they kidnap her kid and kill her husband. And then she goes nuts and takes on that universe's Justice League and and goes on a man on fire type killing spree and information quest, and it's bloody as fuck and violent, and oddly enough they censor the curse words, but I think that's just for motif of like comic booky feel, like not for any particular reason other than that, because it is a little self-referential and self-aware to the comic book tropes, but then it changes everything after issue 1. Yeah. And that's where, and in the end, like if I am gonna spoil it, like this whole trade paperback is issue 0 of Torrent. Yeah, like there's
Mm-hmm.
you get to the end, you're like, oh, this is her origin story, not from the hero we met, but from the essentially a villain or uh vigilante that we're gonna see moving forward.
Yeah. The end. Yeah. No, I that's explained pretty perfectly, Mo. You did good. You did
I,
good.
here's a little video footage of the stuff we read.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk about this,
Um,
Larry.
Oz, did you get the chance to check this book out?
I skimmed through it. I didn't actually like sit down and read it though.
There
For
it is. Oz
the
is like
reasons I
osmosis.
discussed, for the reasons I discussed earlier. But it looks good.
Ah.
Especially like her as a hero. It like at the beginning, she's got these powers. I think they're her
Mhm.
powers. Oh, she might have just been throwing stuff around. But then, like at one point, I see her like pick up a weapon and start going nuts
Mhm.
with that. So it looks interesting, and I definitely like the art is good.
Mhm.
Definitely above what I'm used to for independent. So yeah, see, like the one you're showing now, like is I assumed
I
that
was
was her
gonna have to
powers.
come back to you because we can't.
What?
Wait, what'd you say, Mo?
Yeah, no, because Oz, I don't know if it's just for me, but he's like not coming through. Like he's freezing. It might be on my end. I
Oh.
apologize for interrupting.
Oh,
in case-
yeah, no. He was going on my end. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but no, you're right, Oz. Like she does have powers.
Okay, and yeah, and at some point, I see her going nuts with multiple weapons.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, that definitely happens. So it's yeah, it's really interesting because Mo said it right, where the story is primarily about your kind of uh more traditional bright and shiny hero making a transition and becoming a pretty grim and gritty um anti-hero, borderline uh criminal, like it's like,
She
it is
becomes the
definitely a
Punisher.
Punisher-esque.
Yeah,
Huh?
she becomes the Punisher. That's what you do
Right.
when your family gets brutally murdered.
Right. I guess you're right, friend. That's them's the rules, right? Them's the rules. So but yeah, the art is good, and I think we mentioned before Justin Greenwood is the artist. He's a vet. He's done a lot of great comic book work throughout the industry. Um but
And Mark Guggenheim, I mean, he
oh yeah,
ran the whole Arrowverse for a while.
right.
Like the first
Yeah. No.
first 3 seasons of everything, I think, or like
Mhm.
when it came to like, I think for Arrow for sure. I think he did Arrow for like 8 years,
Mhm.
and I think he did. After that, he moved on to Legends of Tomorrow. Like he brought that into existence. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
And,
absolutely. And
yeah,
then oh, go ahead.
and Law and Order as well. Like he worked
Right.
on a lot of those episodes.
Right. Like Mark Guggenheim has done a whole bunch of TV work, but has of course done a whole bunch of comic stuff too. I mean, like,
He was writing Wolverine during the Civil War.
yeah.
He was part of the team that was on that one more day or one
Mhm.
moment in time. Like he's on that. He was part of the because all the Spider-Man writers had to be on the board, so that's when
Mhm.
he had like 6 titles a month. So he was one of those people, but it wasn't any of their idea, but they had to execute it. Some
Right.
people did that better than others. But he was part of that, and then
Right.
yeah,
Wasn't it? I think Guggenheim did the some of the Squadron Supreme stuff too, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. When that
yeah.
was going on, which that was like a particularly good run of
Which that's
those
kind of the
characters.
feel like when we get these analogs here, it does have
Hmm.
kind of a more of a Squadron Supreme feel in the sense that they're just a little edgier than just plain
Right,
analogs, you know?
right, right. Yeah, no, I would agree with you on that. Um, it one thing that made me laugh though was the Superman esque character is named, I think it's Captain Criterion,
Yeah.
and I was just like, Captain Criterion, like I don't know, like it's like, I mean, it definitely made me feel like, okay, like we're running out of names, like you know what I mean? Where um just like, it's not like criterion is not a bad word. Like it
Yeah.
and like it fits. It's just that, Captain Criterion definitely sounds like we're reaching the end of of like iconic superhero names. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't know. So, and I was like, that's funny. Um I think the Superwoman was she Madam Icon or something
Madam
like that?
Icon, yeah.
Yeah. Which Madam Icon, like, I feel like is definitely getting to that same area, but it works a lot better. Madam Icon, I'm like, oh, okay, like I could see somebody being Madam Icon,
Well, I
but
love their
Captain
Aquaman.
Criterion.
Their Aquaman is like
Yeah,
an amalgamation of Aquaman and Swamp Thing and a
right.
Sea Thing.
Yeah.
And then she had a relationship with him in the past. She's like, "Don't judge me." Yeah.
Oh, it's too funny. Yeah. So, but it's a I know, like, this story, I found it really interesting just because, like, watching this particular hero's journey and watching her try to cope with what's happening to her, and the decisions she's making and how she's trying to basically, I mean, it feels 100% like she's trying to do the right thing. And when that doesn't work out the way that she would hope, like it sounds like it felt like initially she was trying really hard to, like, hold on to that hero persona that
Yeah.
she that who she, and that's the thing, like, I don't think, like, that's who she is. Like, it's not like it felt like,
Not a
um
put on.
right. And it's not like, like it's not like she was this person all this time, and but she was like I said, yeah, trying, like, pretending to do this beforehand. It was just more so like a really messed up thing happened to her, and it changed her fundamentally. And not only did the event change her, but the fallout from the event pushes her a little bit further and a little bit further, and then eventually she ends
But
up where she ends up, which is
yeah,
like
she
kind of
did
crazy
try,
to see.
like it's not like somebody that snaps. Like it's
Right,
not like
right. It's not
death
falling
wish
down.
right. It's like she tries, to believe in the system and she ladies and gentlemen, the inimitable Jay.
Brock Lesnar's a like sex trafficker.
Yeah, we tried not to say that, but yeah, he is. He's a filthy. I think he shit on a chick's head.
No, that was Vince.
Oh, but he was the one banging her, right? Like that kept banging her while she had shit in her head.
I think
See, I
that was
told
Phil.
you we needed Jay.
What has happened? Like,
Did you not hear about the sex trafficking?
we were just talking about comics. Like, I was like, that was literally 30 seconds ago, and now we're like friggin'
You, you
25
don't
seconds into.
you don't get it
What?
because you didn't watch Madam Web.
Oh,
That's just
Jesus
another
Christ.
strand on the web of life.
Oh, Lord,
I
listen.
couldn't type in because I was driving.
It's okay, Jay. It's just, we're just like, Brock Lesnar's a sex trafficker.
Alleged.
Oh my god.
In the words of OJ, accused, not charged.
Taking Tugboat says, "Damn, Jay, how about a hello before we get into sex trafficking?"
Like, oh my god. Thank you, Taking Tugboat. I'm like, am I the only person that's just like, what? I was like, damn. Okay.
I love that it like gave him an intro like with a superfluous adjective. And then he goes into the sex trafficking.
Dude, exactly. Look, I'm definitely like, you're not the silent assassin today. You just the assassin. Friggin' kill the show flow. Like, and then I love how Mo was like, "Oh yeah, he shit on her head." What?
Yeah.
What?
Like, I just read the transcripts of like the text messages and all that. So
look. We're gonna save all of this for the wrestling podcast that you all do with Hecht, and we're gonna go back to Torrent.
He doesn't want to wrestle anymore. That's why we haven't done it.
Hecht?
Yeah, we mark ourselves while we wrestle in hot order.
Got it. And which one of you poops on each other's head?
Well, that's why he doesn't want to do it anymore. We have to incorporate the new moves that we read in the
new moves. The steaming pile driver. There it is. Okay. All right. Jay, you read Torrent, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, but Mo, you were in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, let me finish my thought.
Let you finish your thought.
So she exhausted her options because she even like tried to hold on to the notion that the system could help her because she's kind of working along, and it's like, you know what, maybe I should. Cause even she was a little obstinate when they didn't know, but she's like, I'm gonna tell you who I am. She gave her identity away to the police and everything, and then they can't help her, and she's like, fuck this, and and then that's when it all goes to shit. Like, well,
yeah. Right. It's like,
it's almost like a Breaking Bad, but super condensed. But it's kind of like that. Like, it's just the circumstances and the support systems that are there for us supposedly, and her aren't. They won't do it. Yeah, and it's it's a weird dark mirror of the world we live in. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay, what were your thoughts on Torrent, man? How did you like it?
Oh, I liked it a lot. I like the character, and her arc is like really good. And it's like, yeah, I don't like her sidekick. Like, he was a little bitch.
He's the reason it all went to shit too. Like,
yeah. No, the sidekick definitely let everybody down.
He's like, if you like Syndrome, like this guy, if you hated Syndrome, you're gonna really hate this guy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Jay.
I like her mission. Like, I like the tone of her arc, how she does like kind of go for help, and then she's just like, you know what, fuck it. I have to be someone who you guys can't look up to anymore. And she kind of puts that on the sidekick. It's like, now you're me now. I got to be something else. It's like, man, it's deep.
I will say that is probably the only part of the whole thing that I kind of was like, you know what? I'm not sure if I like that. And it's not like what she's say again.
It just went too smoothly for you. Like, she should have
been
angry
smoothly.
Because that's what I felt like. I felt like that he probably should have came back. He came back an issue before, and they would have almost a fight where she's like, what's happened. Your intentions were good. You want to do good. That idealism is what brought me here over to, and we could have that conversation. But I just felt like that went too fast, too smooth for me.
I hear that, and while I can definitely respect that opinion, and even to a degree agree with you, that wasn't the issue for me. Just because I could see like like it's one of those things where, because how we are as people, like I feel like most of us would want to blame that kid, and while that wouldn't be wrong, it's just one of those things where it's like ultimately like that's like he's not the reason those things really happen. Like he's not, or not the cause, you know what I'm saying? Like he's
Yeah.
not the cause. Like he was more the catalyst, but he's not the
The
cause.
linchpin.
Right. So it's like, so I can totally understand why she would be more forgiving, but it's just more so like that ending of like, that like you like kind of shunting the mantle to him, and then him being like kind of like happy about that, like, oh, I don't know, I think that doesn't quite make as much sense, because I feel like, one, they didn't really have that relationship, it felt like, and then two, it's like even if they did, I don't know that, like, obviously the hero isn't like Cracker Jack is the name of like her hero name, like I, we don't get necessarily enough of Cracker Jack for it to feel iconic, but even in what we do see, it doesn't feel like a natural progression for a slipstream to become a Cracker Jack. Where it's just like, why? Like, why doesn't he just be slipstream still, or be a better slipstream,
I think they're gonna
you know?
eventually have to fight.
Slipstream and I see what you're saying, and that could be the case. I can see that.
Part of it is also they do touches, and they do it in a way that's very subtle, but the people's perception, like, now the people aren't afraid of the villains anymore. They're afraid of Cracker Jack, and
Right.
it has, like, in that city, she's not like the Justice League people. Like, she's the accessible one, like almost like a Spider-Man, and it's and that's where, like, the little girl says, "What have you done?" Like, and then the old man, that's with the little girl, like they're looking at her in fear, but they also lose the hope that she get brought to them. They're losing,
Right.
So I think
Right.
that's probably why. Maybe it was maybe a little rush or a little unsmooth, or on what I thought, but also in your case, I think maybe that's the plan in the future. It's like eventually he's gonna have to take her down to prove
Yeah.
himself worthy,
Yeah, and that's okay. Like I think it's just more so like the mantle shift and the
Yeah.
changing. Like, it's like in the same way like how where, I think when I think of like that happening in more mainstream comics, it feels like there's a natural progression.
Mhm.
Like it makes sense for like a Nightwing to become the next Batman, or it makes sense for like a Falcon to become like a Captain America. Not just because of the relationship, but also because of like, like the motif of the characters and whatnot. Like it feels
Mhm.
like, okay, like that can go from one to the other, but you know, it's like I don't know if it would make as much sense if like, say for instance, uh Ghost Rider became the next Moon Knight. You're just like, what?
No, I get
We're
it.
just like, yeah, it's like it just kind of feels a little disjointed. And it's
Yeah.
like, again, we don't know
No,
a
I
lot
like it.
about. Oh, you said you'd get it?
Yeah,
You get
I like it. Also, like that
and that's okay.
design.
I think it'd be better if like Ghost Rider became the next Spectre.
I just go to an entire different comic book company. Why
Yeah,
not? Why? Let's
yeah.
do it.
Like, oh, he's
Let's
a
do
spring
it.
vengeance from hell, but what if he becomes the
Yeah.
wrath of God? Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild.
And
Yeah.
Hal Jordan is my Spectre.
Yeah, mine too. That series was so
So
good.
yeah. So cool. Jay, like Oz mentioned earlier that he thought the art was pretty good for this book. What did you think of it?
I remember enjoying it. Like it could
That's
have been
fair.
a little better,
Mm.
but I've seen so much worse that it's like you're doing good.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Look, shout out to Justin Greenwood. He's like, you're doing better, Justin. Justin's like, wait, what? But that's fair, Jay. That's absolutely fair. So cool. Do you happen to know, Moses, if there
Yeah.
are plans for a sequel?
Yeah, in when you get, I actually bought my trade paperback on whatchamacallit, on Omnibus, and in it
Okay.
at the end you get like a preview, like a page preview of like what's to come, where she is
Mm-hmm.
like the continuation of Torrent is like her as this vigilante. That's why I said that this graphic novel was really Torrent Zero and
Mm-hmm.
like and Cracker Jack Zero, because like you're
Mm-hmm.
watching the origin of the new version of her next iteration of her heroism, and it says like hero
Mm-hmm.
that's not a hero. And so I assume we're getting it because it is like a preview thing, and they have
Mm-hmm.
art for it and everything, and so yeah, if I don't know if it's gonna happen in the sense where it's like, oh, Image is like, okay, keep going, or if they're like, but he Mark Guggenheim and Justin Greenwood at least have it in their mind, like they know where it's going, I guess, for the next arc at least. So we should be
Mm-hmm.
getting something. I would love to see this as a like a Netflix miniseries or something.
Mm-hmm.
In the world, like right now we have a lot of people talking about superhero movie fatigue and shit. Like that's what they're
Mm-hmm.
saying causes these lower turnouts in theaters and shit. And but if you look at like superhero TV shows and even like the bad ones, they're still
Mm-hmm.
doing like really cool shit. Like even like I'm not
Right.
yeah, Titans isn't my thing, but like if I watch a random episode of Titans, like it's a good superhero show. Like the
Mm-hmm.
interactions they have with each other, the conflicts they're having among themselves, paralleling a whole like villain fight thing, it is still better than some of these bigger uh higher stakes movies, and
Mm-hmm.
I think this is part of the, if you want to not burn out, like I always thought of this new movie Space with superheroes more like the 90s, where people start prospecting, and then it waters
Mm-hmm.
everything down, and we're kind of seeing that happen, and they're doing it to each other, they're doing it to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
If you were able to like really get one of these independent ones to come out good, like we see it happen with Invincible and The Boys, those are successful,
Right.
and we're seeing
Right.
it with other either smaller, more like web comic-y stuff like Has Been Hotel, where it's getting like super
Mm-hmm.
really good reviews, and and it's like it's the same stuff adapted, and you're getting it. And I think this is one that would really, I think people would really enjoy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
See, like they should read it, but they're not gonna fucking do it, Like, so they need to get it adapted,
Right.
and this one's a good one, like because these 5 issues, you could get a good solid 6-8 episode miniseries, kind of like the Griselda,
Oh yeah.
like like something like that. It was reminiscent of that um in style, and it is one of those that you definitely, if you want it to be successful, you kind of have to at least try to recreate the costumes, because it is like a deconstructive of your traditional heroes, you know. So it's like
Mhm.
you do need that aspect. That's part of not much of it's not just because of the style and what the genre is, but it's because of the dichotomy and of the characters, like how she's separating herself from the villains and the hero,
Mhm.
you know. So you do need that for art direction. So again, Netflix or whoever wants to put it out, consult me, just like I brought you Elijah Wood as Wild Child. I can help you with this too.
The man who brought you Elijah Wood as well, child.
Like, yeah, he's a comic consultant. He's Hollywood's hottest comic superhero movie consultant. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Mo Magnum.
get out of here. Give me that shit. Yeah, but realistically, and I think this would be a good one for that. Like, if you really want, like, well, if you're trying to make something good, adapt something good, I think this is one that could do it. You know,
Well,
and
listen. I mean, and we know Mark Guggenheim is no stranger to that whole world. So
yeah,
I
but
like. I'm
he's
sure that he's not. Uh-huh.
he's pussing out. Well, I don't know if he's pussing out. I say he's pussing out, but only because that way when I interview him, he could punch me in the face. But it's like he works on other stuff. And I'm like, dude, like we need a resurrection. Like now, I remember when we interviewed him at one of our first Comic Cons, Larry, and I told him,
Mhm.
"Can we get like a resurrection?" He's like, "Yeah, Universal already has the rights." I was like, "Can we get it like Law and Order where we have different, you know?" And he goes, "I don't think we can really do that. You know, I don't think I don't think studios want to do that." And then now we have like AMC's Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, all
Right.
this shit.
Right.
I
Right.
fuck that shit up, bitch. You know, so now when I do interview him, I tell him it's like, hey, we're gonna have the two shows that go together. It's Cracker Jack and Torrent. Yeah,
Right. Right. There it is. There it is.
but
All right.
yeah,
Well, listen. Shall we go ahead and rate Torrent as a trade? Um. Yeah. Let's start with you, Jay. What would you rate Torrent?
I would give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Jay,
Moses
did you buy
Magnum.
the full digital trade with all the back matter stuff with all the other alternate covers and stuff?
I got the digital trade. I don't remember if it has all of that.
Okay, you got it on Kindle?
Yeah, I can check. Yeah,
Okay,
let's see.
yeah, cause yeah, uh, I give it while he's checking, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5, and as a trade together with the preview, it had all these homage covers at the end, like
Oh yeah.
that look
What kind of
like old
homages?
X-Men covers. For example, like issue 5 where she finally fights the dude, and it's like that one like classic like Wolverine flying and like Sabretooth trying to like scratch him and shit. You know, like old school X-Men, like 80s X-Men cover, you know? So they put those
Nice.
in there so you get to see all those, and they're just variant covers, but it also had the torrent preview. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen. Anytime you mess around and do some uh do some homage covers, like I love it. I'm down for that.
My
Oz, what was
Kindle's not showing my books.
it? See, that's why you got to go to Omnibus.
It's too late for me. I'm already on Kindle.
Is this the one you're talking about here, Mo? Is it this joint?
That's one of them. They do a
Okay.
couple, cause
Okay.
yeah, that's one of them, and they did it for like each issue, so like they give you all the different ones.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
cool.
is
So
weird.
I would give Torrent um hmm, I think I'd give it
Just give it a 10.
4.5. 4.5 out of 5. I really did like it. It's a good story. It's an interesting character. I'd like to see more. And yeah, it's a great foundation for what hopefully will come next. So
I
Oz,
don't understand.
Four
that's okay,
sounds
Jay.
four sounds right. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the art, and it looks like a compelling story based on what
Yeah,
you guys said and what I could see from
there it is.
flipping through the pages.
Bam. 4 for the review from Oz.
Jay, no luck
Yeah.
with Kindle.
I have to search it directly.
Even though so it's not showing your library.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh man,
Um,
Omnibus is gonna be
I
so.
do see these homage covers.
I messaged Omnibus on Twitter because I couldn't find them on Instagram when I was trying to talk shit to Comixology because Comixology is still paying for ads. It's like if you would just pay to have your service be good, you wouldn't need these fucking ads, you know. And I wanted to tag Omnibus on it because they're the new ones, and they did give me all the links. It's like feel free to keep talking shit. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Like, now I'm gonna post this video now because he could barely find it. It took him 10 minutes to find it on Kindle.
Yeah.
Where it's like I had video of my experience from Omnibus earlier.
Right.
It says it's coming in February 2023.
What's coming in February 2023?
The book
Torrent.
he bought. Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's when it was originally released. Like issue,
No.
I think issue 1 was.
The 2023. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's the preview I got.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it was a previous preview, not preview. But
so
this is bizarre.
That's all right. Let's. Oh, go ahead.
Can we just like blow up Amazon?
Hey, you keep funding them. I told you, give your money to Omnibus.
Hey, it's too late. I picked my train. I'm gonna die on it.
Right, exactly.
See,
so
look.
enjoy it. This is the suffering is part of the pleasure. Like you opened up the lemon configuration, and now the pinheads are like, we're gonna make you suffer, and then the chatter like he's doing that shit to you right now.
The chatter's like what?
The chatterbox is like,
Chatterbox is dead, so no.
Yeah. Nah, but it's alive in Amazon and it's doing it to Jay's ass while he's trying to read comics.
It's eating his ass.
Well,
like this.
Jay said, well. I don't know what that. Well. Oh man. Okay. Can we move on to Madam Web? Are you yeah, okay. Don't worry, Jay. It's all right, man. We don't need it that bad.
No, I'm not worried about you guys. Like, I have comics on here I want to read. Like, I can't see my library anymore.
Because what train did you back?
The Amazon fuck train.
Yeah. Should have gone to Omnibus, bitch.
They should have existed like 5 years ago.
Oh well, yeah.
They should have existed 5 years ago.
They're existing now, and I swear to you guys, this isn't a paid commercial. I wish it was. I want them to pay me to talk about it, but I'm gonna do it for free because I like it. But Jay, that was your time to jump was when they came out. When I told you about it.
Yeah, that's I die on my trains. I don't jump from them.
Yeah.
Like until Amazon dies, I'm stuck.
Until Amazon dies.
That shit's never gonna die. It's feeding off of the EBT people. Like it's almost like Soylent Green right now.
But plus, it's like you don't have to die for you to like stop using it. You could just stop.
No, I can't.
Okay. All right.
It's unfortunate.
All right.
Look,
Jay, look.
We're gonna need to get Mr. Omnibus over here and be like, Jay, we're gonna give you a free tablet, a free subscription, free credit, like $500 credit. Mr. Omnibus.
I'll tell you what, if they if they will match my library, I will switch right now.
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna
Match your
write that
library.
email tomorrow. Challenge drop. All you listening, go to find Omnibus app on every social media and tell them, hey, Jay needs you to give him comics. Tag Fantastic Forum. And then tell them expect an email in the morning.
Oh my god! All right.
I do that shit. I'm trying to get them so we can interview them at WonderCon. So I've been poking at them on all media platforms. So
Poke.
So
Hello,
hopefully,
Omnibus. Hello.
wouldn't it be great where our live stream from WonderCon it is them presenting Jay with here's your library, Jay. Leave Kindle.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, they only do
Like that.
comics, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have problem with your TV shit. You only have problems with your with your comics. The most
And
important
my books.
Yeah.
I just bought Dracula, and I can't read it now. Unless I search for it
You know, it's
specifically.
public domain. Like, you can get it for free.
I don't think that's true.
No, it's true.
I mean, the character is in public domain. I don't know if the book you can just read for free.
The book you can just get for free.
That's not how public domain works.
All right, whatever. Enjoy your Kindle. Enjoy your Kindle. Enjoy your Kindle.
They don't just give you stuff like, okay, everyone, here's your copy of Dracula now. It's public domain.
You don't know how the internet works.
You can. I mean, yeah, you can. I heard a copy of Dracula. I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm just saying. But anyway, okay, we should shift to Madam Web. So we need some movie music.
Left.
He's back.
He was always here.
He's in our hearts.
Review.
No, that's not it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we just did that.
We need theater. Theater, Jay. Theater. Tiger Claw, we need you to call in and do it live. Theater.
Man, where the fuck is it?
Oh.
Taking Tugboat says, can't wait to hear what y'all have to say about this movie. Me neither, Taking Tugboat. Taking Tugboat, did you actually go see Madam Web today? Let us know.
I mean, it's the love movie of our generation, right?
What the fuck? I don't have theater.
Oh, that's okay. Look, we'll figure out where theater went. It's okay.
It's like the prequel to 50 Shades, I heard.
What does that even the love movie of our generation? That's not even a thing. Is that a thing?
It's like you watch that movie and then you go home and make a baby.
Madam Web? Okay. Well, there it is. Jay, why don't you tell us about Madam Web? Tell us why it made you want to come home and make a baby.
No, I don't make babies. I tossed them out with the bathwater.
He's like he's like Kronos, except he doesn't eat them. His girl eats them.
Got it. Okay.
So
That's
Madam
dirty.
Web is about an EMT that hates her mom, just like ridiculously hates her mom. Like it's I thought Mo hated his parents. Like this chick.
I love my parents.
His dad is sitting right next to him.
Yeah. I take them everywhere.
Yeah. So she hates the fuck out of her mom. And so she gets visions of the future. And now she has to
Wait, is that because of how much she hates her mom?
Well, no, those are separate.
Oh.
Like she hates her mom.
Oh, that can't happen. That can't happen. I have nightmares of becoming my father.
I'm just
I'm not
trying to make sure I'm following you.
I'm not talking about the pile of ash.
You mean Like when you say becoming your father, you mean like becoming a father yourself, or like time travel?
Well, I think it's it's becoming him. Well, part of his mental illness is hereditary and all that shit. So it's I hear the call of the void, and I hold it at bay. Here we go. Yeah.
I have dreams that I'm in a band and I don't know our songs.
That's because you haven't been putting work in your fucking force to fuck work.
Oh Jesus!
Fuck?
That's our band. And I band.
Like,
That's your band, Force
such a
the Fuck?
bad name.
Yeah,
It's such a bad name.
All right. It's taken by force, or sorry,
No.
by way of force.
I mean, you
No,
might as well
Taking
call,
by
your-
Force is
you might as well
good.
call yourself Brock Lesnar at that point.
Oh Jesus!
We started
Taken by
a year
Force
ago.
is good.
And you could say you're the shit on your head.
I could put Mimsy on my drums.
Yeah. Jay and I
Jay,
started it a
Madam
year
Web.
ago.
All right,
Madam
so she hates her mom, and that's separate from that, she gets the ability to see into the future, but she doesn't know like how to control it, and she keeps thinking that it's like deja vu. Like she's slow. She's like super slow on the uptake.
She's slow.
She keeps thinking she's like imagining it, but yeah, she's slow. In any case, when she goes on the subway to go to Peoria,
Illinois?
she's
It's
on her
pronounced
way to
Illinois.
Peoria. She's going to Peoria for something, I think a funeral. And
It's not Peoria,
the
Poughkeepsie.
vision. Oh, Poughkeepsie, Peoria. They both start with yeah.
You
That's
know,
my bad.
he's right though. It is the same.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Poughkeepsie.
And she's going to Omar Epps' funeral.
Omar Epps.
Yeah, he's in it. The best, most dramatic scenes of his life in this movie. He's so good at it.
So she gets overwhelmed by the future, and she decides to help these 3 girls and stop them from getting murdered. And it's kind of like Adventures in Babysitting from there, except she's a lot slower and dumber, because you could have ended the movie with them like they could have just went to the police and told them what was going on, but she decided to lay low instead. And then she goes to Peru to train masters.
What?
She goes to Peru. That's where the
For what?
are.
For the arañas.
Yeah, that's where they are.
The spider shaman.
You said the masters. I was like, what masters? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, he just didn't want to speak Spanish. Jay, say it in Spanish, will you, please?
Arañas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually better than I thought. Now you're ruining it. You had it right.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up, Oz. Say it again, Jay.
I did. No,
that was.
But
come on,
my fault.
You cocksucker.
So they teach her how to be like everywhere on the web at like one time.
Yeah.
And so the bad guy is Ezekiel, and he's got like facial ID technology, but like super advanced for 2001. He's got like the 2010 shit.
Yeah.
He got the 2010 facial recognition.
It takes place. It takes place.
Like he's got the Vegas stuff.
What it is, it's it's right after 9/11. Like that kind of comes into play, and so he's in that area because he's trying to get the NSA, because he keeps having his own visions of his murder, and his murder is these 3 spider girls for whatever reason. I don't know why. They never explain why. They never so all the their superheroics you see is in visions. It's never in actuality in the movie plot.
That's sad.
Well,
so where was I?
You're talking about
Oh,
the facial recognition stuff.
Right. Okay. So he's basically looking for them, like do all the CCTV, and then Ben's cousin, niece, nephew has a baby. She's like pregnant and shit.
It's
So
Peter.
they take her to
Peter
the
Parker.
hospital.
Like we're just gonna
Yeah.
skip through Peter Parker like that.
Well, they
It's
did.
not important.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Peter Parker's not important?
not to this story.
No, they just shoehorned it all in. Like they added a C or D plot just to connect it to Spider-Man, which I give it credit because it actually is connected to Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
In any case, when they like leave, they turn all the streetlights green, and then Cassie comes back from Peru in order to save them.
Why did they go to Peru?
Because
She
that's
went.
where the Arañas are.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
here's Jay's just giving you Captain Birdseye Force, like the AI generated version of the movie. That's kind of what you're getting here. But what it is, it's her mom was on an expedition trying to find these spiders with healing ability, with neurological healing ability, and she was doing so because Madam Web was in her tummy. You know, when two people fall in love, and she was gonna be born with the shit that made her paralyzed and blind. So she went looking for this like neurotoxin that would help for research. She couldn't find it. She did find it. Ezekiel was there with her. He killed her. They used the Arañas saved the mom, but used the venom to save the baby. So the mom died in childbirth, and Cassie Webb, Madam Webb, was able to be born healthy through that spider. It is a really fucked up way to do her power set because it's not clear what the spider gives you. You know, like I thought they were gonna go into the totems. Like, you know, I was actually thinking of selling my first appearance of Ezekiel because I have that. I have like 3 copies of that. So I was like, hey, fuck it. We're talking about this. I'm gonna sell that on eBay. So you can buy it at fantasticforum.live. But I'm actually not doing it because they didn't do the totems right. Like it's not they try to play with the totem stuff, but they didn't explain it. You know, so it's like, you know, Cassie Webb is victim of her mom having a spider bite. Again, I hate mutant Juggernaut in Deadpool 2. I hate non-mutant Madam Web in Madam Web. Madam Web's a mutant. Her clairvoyance is her mutant power, and health problem she has. She's like the Xavier for spider people, and she has the Cerebro for spider people, which is the web of life, connected to the totem. They didn't touch on that like at all. They try to touch on it. They oversimplified it and made her like Doctor Strange. So it's like she's like remember how like Doctor Strange, they do the punch and he leaves his body and realizes like there's a whole other world in the different dimensions and all that shit, the astral plane. So that's what she is here. Like they actually do the punch and she lands on a web and sees the web of possibilities and what's gonna happen and that's where her like deja vu comes in, where it's like it's just different threads on that web of destiny, you know. They don't do
No,
it
but
right.
it's not deja vu. It's
She's seeing it as deja vu in the sense that she's having the precognition, the clairvoyance, which is her mutant power, is not tied to the web. So they still try to do the clairvoyance and then the web thing, and it's like they eventually come together, but they don't come together that well, and that's the problem. Where it's like you can't say she's a mutant. I get they might have wanted to say she had mutant power, but the problem is she's gonna be paralyzed. She was gonna be born paralyzed and blind, and then she gets cured by the spider bite, and then ends up paralyzed and blind at the end of the movie for some fireworks hitting her face. And it's like, well, what the fuck?
Jubilee showed up?
Yeah.
No, Pepsi did.
Yeah, Pepsi. Ugh. Yeah.
I don't
I
listen.
hate Pepsi. They gave
I
her
don't
Pepsi.
even want to know.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like the product placement for Pepsi was so bad. Like I hated it.
That's
I don't
Jay's
know
favorite
why.
soda.
Well, Pepsi
No,
was.
it's not.
Yeah, he's not.
And it's messed up because there's a scene at the end where the Pepsi sign is exploding, and all I could think about was that rhyme for the Michael Jackson.
What?
Oh, do we not remember that? Oh,
Do
you
you
guys
not
are
remember?
young. I
Like his hair
remember.
catching fire.
Yeah, it's like Pepsi Cola burned him up. Now he's drinking 7-Up.
Oh Jesus!
Dude,
No, I did not remember that.
I remember that, but just spare. You have to say the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, okay. I was like, no. I. Now that you've said it, I'm like, I've heard that, but no. Golly.
Yeah,
Wait. So
and that's all I kept thinking about because exploding Pepsi.
So yeah,
did you all say are there inheritors in this or no?
no, it's
No,
Ezekiel.
there's
They
Aranyas.
made Ezekiel. Well, here's the thing: Aranyas are in the comics. They're just ninjas. They protect the totem. They protect the deity
Right.
that lives in the pyramid. They show no pyramid. It's just a cave with an underwater spring. You know, they try to do the Namor thing with the cenote. You know, and so there's that. And then they look like they're like burned by like like how sometimes like snake venom like gives you gangrene and shit. So they look all burned. So they look like Carnage, but with practical effects. And they're like ninjas saving her. But when she goes back, like the dude's healed. Like he's all clean in like an Armani suit. Like I knew you were coming, like, and it's like it's
Well, I mean,
so
he did
weird.
it.
He did what?
He knew she was coming. He
Right,
said that when she was born.
he could have still looked all fucked up. He didn't need to be wearing that suit, that linen suit.
I mean, it's a nice suit. Like, why not let him have it?
But the thing is, he looks more like Ezekiel should have looked than what Ezekiel looks like. Because Ezekiel would be like, he'd be doing the whole like web slinging and everything in his like business attire. Like, he would just take off the coat and have the fly shirt and the pants. Remember
Now,
Larry?
were they not allowed to use webs?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So
I was wondering
everything.
He doesn't shoot webs.
No,
he just
no,
jumps.
He just jumps.
And I was watching him, and I was like, they must have lost the license to webs.
Well,
because this fool is jumping from car to car.
You would have to make web shooters, and that's a Peter Parker thing.
No, but that's the thing. That's when it changed. When he realized that, it changed to organic web comic.
Right.
And I don't think Ezekiel had web. He had a diminished spider sense, and he had crawling abilities. I don't think he had slinging. Like, I don't think he could shoot webs.
Well, he looks ridiculous.
He does look ridiculous because he looks like a luchador. He has a costume that just pops up out of nowhere. Like, he never change. You never see him changing in it. He's like in a suit in a train. He's like, oh, there you are.
I don't understand why no one else sees him.
He goes, oh, there you are, bitch. I'm gonna get you. And then next scene, he's in a full like luchador suit. Like.
Yeah, but no one else can see him when he's wearing it. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, they do talk about them, like the ability, kind of like the Miles Morales, where he can just blend into the background, like camouflaging thing. And so he might have that, but it's not. Again, that's just a supposition based on what we know about these spiders from reading fucking comics. Yeah.
I'm so disappointed we don't have that on a beanie.
You could have it on the beanie right now.
Have what on a beanie?
Read fucking comics.
You just go look. Hit the. If you go to Fantastic Forum Live, you hit the merch button. You could order your beanie right there. You can have it on a coffee mug. You can have it on.
No. I could get a coffee mug. I could get stickers. I can't get a beanie.
Oh, I'm seeing if there's a beanie available right now.
Yeah. Either way,
I looked. I need a beanie. And if it's not
if it's available, I'll activate it. Just keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like it's a shitty like if the villain was an inheritor, then it would make a lot more sense, you know.
Mhm.
And even Ezekiel could have been like, you know, bringing the character. Ezekiel is a lot deeper than a lot of people give him credit for. Yeah, like he has a
Yeah,
lot
as a
to put into
character.
the lore. Like he was there for a short time, but there's a lot of lore that
Yeah,
comes from that. And
I agree.
this movie didn't utilize Ezekiel how he should. You know, they
Or
couldn't use,
Aranya.
but well, they didn't use any of the Spider Girls or Spider Women how they should, because even
Her costume looked weird. Like,
they, you know, because Aranya was an employee of Ezekiel, right? Like that's how she got the technology and all that shit. Was his research, right?
I forget.
That was her origin, because she was smart. They did make a point that she is smart. She's like an intellectual, and then the Maddie Franklin thing too, and all that. But it they never show you how they got their powers, and you know, one of them, because I think Julia Carpenter is also like Julia like Cornwall, not Julia
Yeah, I don't
Carpenter.
know why they
Uh,
call her corny.
They
Well, no,
changed
because
her last name to Cornwall.
Yeah.
yeah, but because Julia Carpenter is a registered Avenger, they can't use Avengers.
And I'm not 100% sold with that web hers.
Her psychic web,
Yeah.
yeah, she
Like I'm
has
not I'm not 100% sold on the effect for that.
the effect. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
the
get what
effect,
they're saying. I get what they're
yeah.
doing, but I think they can do it better. Like I
They
think there's a
could do
better
it
way
better.
to represent it.
Yeah, luckily
But
the
the
movie.
Aranya costume was wrong.
Yeah,
And
and then her little. They did use her little drones, you know, like because she had them before Superior Spider-Man, the little like clamp thingies. So they did you get to use some of
Everyone
those.
knows that no one has ever had anything before Superior Spider-Man. They all copy
Yeah.
Superior Spider-Man, right, Oz?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he backed me
So,
up.
but it
in
is,
any
and
case,
yeah.
this was a really good movie. Um,
What?
oh yeah,
What?
dude.
Yeah.
Come on, like when we're talking Sony Spider-Verse movies,
Yeah.
this is up there. Like it's better than
Really?
Venom. It's better than Venom 2. It's better
Yeah.
than
Morbius.
it's better than Morbius. And I like Morbius. This is much better than Morbius.
Do you think it's better than Quantumania? Because Larry, that was his. He thought he's like, I don't know. That's the bar.
Quantumania,
It's
yeah.
not the bar. It's
It's
just not
better than
good.
Echo. It's better than Echo.
It's way better than
Echo's a
Quantumania.
Echo's a TV show.
Yeah, but you know, we're talking about female
Oh,
heroes here. Like the story they choose to tell, the way they chose to tell it. Like, you know,
like
you want to do it.
Morbius is better than Quantumania.
No, that's crazy talk.
Yeah, it
Morbius?
is.
What?
It is.
What? No, that's
Dude,
crazy.
did you watch Quantumania?
Yeah,
Like, what
I
even
think
was
it's
that?
bad.
Like, what even was anything
That was supposed
happening
to
in that
be.
movie?
Well, it was supposed to be Fantastic Four Annihilation, but you know,
At the very least, Quantumania has
And why was Wasp such a bitch? Like, man, she was awful.
like Quantumania at least has a plot line
And
that you
not
could
Wasp,
follow.
but whatever her name was.
I know we know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wasp 2.
Yeah, the
No,
mom.
the mom. Yeah, she was a bitch. Like,
I mean, she was Wasp first, so you know. But no,
she sucks so bad. Like,
listen.
I
But
really
disliking
hated her.
the
I
character isn't
really
the
hated
same
her.
as the movie not being good. Like you can
No, it
dislike the
wasn't
character,
good.
but no. But
And
but
like
what I'm
the movie was bad, and her character was bad. And it's like, dude, that movie didn't need to exist. All she had to do was say, "There's scary shit down there. Please don't go." Instead of being like, "Oh, it's a mystery." Like, what? It's like, "Hey, I was down there. There's some scary shit. People want me down there. Like, I'm a criminal. Like, if you go down there, you're gonna fuck up all the shit.
Well,
And
now
then that's it. Like,
Well, look,
they
I
leave
wish
that shit alone.
you would have said that during the review, back in that
Uh,
other episode over here.
Oh, I think I was either tired or being talked over.
Yeah,
that
that sounds about
happens.
right. I'm sorry.
Fatigue and talk over. But yeah, like okay, so this is definitely better than Quantumania and Morbius.
Yes.
And how do you feel, Mo? Is this better than Quantumania and Morbius?
I like Quantumania. Quantumania now sucks because now Quantumania is a terrible movie because that Kang isn't gonna save the universe or what in potential. He's just gonna slap his wife or girlfriend or hooker or whoever the fuck he decided to yell at him.
Yeah,
But
he should have been Ant-Man.
so in the end, it's like this movie itself is still an entertaining movie, and it is still
I knew
it
you
is
would
done,
get that.
it's he like a yellow jacket kind of thing.
I'm just gonna let it go.
By the way, I guess
Happy Black History Month, people.
I guess we don't have
Oh.
beanies. We have bucket hats now.
We have bucket hats because
Like a
that's what Jay
Gilligan hat?
rocks.
No, Jay only rocks beanies or a fez. That's it.
Yeah,
So
there's
if you can
A
get a fez,
fez, dude.
you know
Jay
Jay
would look so
you know
good
Jay-
in a fez that says "Read effing comics." Oh my god.
I can mess with a fez.
Well, we tried
Right.
to get it, but we were broke. Remember the time when they're like telling us, "Oh, fez is the new thing," and Jay tried it. Like, I wish we were rich, and then those vendors never went back.
I mean, there's bucket hats. That's
That's
kind
not
of
a
like
fez.
that's fezzy.
No, it has a
It's not
rim
fezzy.
like your bung. It's not It's not a fez.
You can cut that off.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna cut it off your
can
bung.
get that for Von B. Von B wears the bucket hats.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's pet bandanas now. I'm gonna enable that too.
Pet bandanas.
Yeah, bandana for your pet.
Yeah.
That must only be for dogs, huh?
No,
Cats
you
wear
can put a
headbands.
yeah, I put a bandana.
No, they don't.
once.
They do.
That's okay.
Cats wear
maybe for the
headbands. I'm pretty sure
maybe
I've
for the
seen
2
a
seconds
ferret
for
in a
your picture.
hairband.
After that, they're like, no. Listen, I had never seen a cat that would just be like, oh yeah, I wear this headband. Like, listen, if you put a cat in a bodysuit, of course, there's nothing it can do. It's like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But if you put a bandana on a cat, oh wow,
You put a
You're just
bodysuit.
just get a
You
just
put a
have to
body
train
suit.
it.
You put a bodysuit on a cat. It looks at you like Madam Web thinks about her mom.
We have masks too, so you don't get the vid. It is that season.
I kind of want it. Like, I don't know. It's not.
You
like,
want COVID?
Yeah, like
Well, then once you get it, you can then wear the mask, so other people don't get it.
I don't care about other people. Like, except you three.
No, it's too
Like,
late. You already said it, Jay. Like, it felt so much like an afterthought.
Honestly, like
I don't care about other people. Oh, damn, I'm answering that out loud right in front of them. Except for you three. Mm-hmm. Sure. Listen, this fool's like, I wouldn't piss on fire to put you out. Okay, got it, Jay. Got it. Damn, he's lucky he got tenure, I swear. He's lucky. Drop this fool today.
Madam
So,
Web.
okay. Yeah. So you all like this movie.
So Madam Web
I'm
was
saying,
again talking back about how people talk about these like she literally fought this dude off to protect these girls with no powers, and it wasn't super it's her learning her powers as she's doing it, and she's still fighting him practically in the sense because it's not like she's got super strength or Spidey, he's got the Spidey strength and agility and all that shit. She's just relying on spider sense, and she's finding creative ways to like just get them to safety while wearing him out. And it's almost like a video game fight, like where it's like a puzzle instead of a full-on fight, and so that to me, that's an interesting way. Like all these people talking about superhero fatigue and all this shit, you fucking fucker, cocksucker motherfuckers. This is a way to do it a more interesting way where she's like not using brawn, she's using brains, but the instinct and the little bit of power she's got. She doesn't become fully realized Madam Web till the end when she actually goes blind and paralyzed again. Which was her destiny. But that's the problem with the movie, is the overall execution in the script, but the thoughts they had and what they thought to do, because they're telling you like these people are going to be great. It's almost like Legends of Tomorrow. It's like, okay, you guys you're inconvenient, so we're going to pull you here because this is where you can make a difference, and nobody will ever know, but fuck it. Like, and that's kind of how this is. Like, he's like, they're gonna kill me, I need to kill them, and Madam Web's like, in tune, is like, I need to protect them, and she finds ways to do it without superpowers. Like, her superpower is actually a disability in the sense that it keeps her from being in the moment sometimes, until she goes in and kind of learns it. But that isn't even like a training session. Like, it used to be a training montage in the 80s or whatever, but it wasn't that here. It was more like she comes back and she hears the shaman telling the things that he told her in her head as she's living out the moment. So, but in the end, it's still an interesting way to do a superhero movie that's different and fresh. I'm not looking for my adaptations to be different and fresh, you know what I mean? but I like there's just certain things you can do with it, and it's like, again, they put her in the like, she needs to be an old bag, and it's like, could you make, like, you did the whole shit with her neuropathy and all that shit, like, you did it all wrong. Can you just make her hair go white too? Like, yeah.
So you literally just want her to be old because she's older.
No. That's just the look. Emily says she kept running him over. That's what she literally just beat him up with a car to start, and then tired him out and lured him into a fireworks warehouse. But she used her ability to like predict the future to see where he's gonna run. So she just planted flares from the ambulance in there. So where he would like go to attack him, she would yell out to the girls, "Get down!" And they get down, and boom, some shit will blow up in his face, And so it was an interesting fight. It was definitely an interesting fight because she's not a match to him, and she could still prevail the conflict. So that's the thing I like about the movie. They found an interesting way for that conflict to be resolved through violence and brain, So it's like, and that's what comics does. That's where you find, like, that's where Superman can fight in Perry X or Doomsday. It's not just a straight up fight. And this movie kind of did that. So in a way, it does feel like comics, even though it doesn't do what the comics does for these characters. So I can't, like, I was still an enjoyable experience. I was getting ready to hate it because I did see the cast list and they said Mary Parker's in it and Ben Parker's in it, but no Richard. So I'm like, oh, do they think that they're married? And it turns out like Richard is on a secret mission from the Chameleon because he thinks the Chameleon is his CIA dad. So he's off. Like, nobody knows where he's really off to, but he's doing work, whatever his work is. So that's going to be great. Yeah. And then so they have, like, we get to see Peter's baby shower, and they're trying to think, that's what and say Peter, but eventually. And then Ben like talks about, oh, I love my nephew, like he's so cool, I can't wait. It's like they do a line where he's like, because the whole birth of Peter is happening while this fight is happening too. Like, again, it's a C plot that doesn't, they connect, but you don't need it, but there, so after she's in recovery, it's like, oh, Ben says Ben will be here, but his nephew was born, and so he said to give you his regards, and he'll be back later. His nephew was born. He's already loving being an uncle because he's got all the fun without the responsibility. And then Madam Woman's like, tell him to wait on that. Like, at this point she's blind and paralyzed, so she's like, and tell him to wait on that. Don't count that out. You know, so that was a cool moment. It's not a comic book moment, but it was still a cool moment to pay off the Peter thing, you know. So I was like, I like that. I did tear up a little.
Okay. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I guess. Oh well, I guess we should wait for Jay to come back.
Yeah.
But I guess we need a rating.
For me, it's a
But
4. Like, it's a 4. It was a
really,
yeah,
wow.
it was a fun movie. It was better. You know, Dakota Johnson's acting isn't great. And there's something weird about her. I don't know what pact the devil they did with her family, but she's not super hot, but somehow she's sexy. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, no, that's different. Like, those are two different things. Like,
it does kind of cloud the acting, but in this movie, like, no, she could have been a better actor. Like, she should have been born a little uglier, you know. Like, Sydney Sweeney's another. Like, all the girls were beautiful that were the Spider Girls. I felt they did a better acting job than she did. Like, her acting felt a little not. And when she's the title character, that kind of throws you off a little bit. So that could be a knock to the movie. But again, for me, it's story, cinematography, flow. So her acting didn't diminish the story at all. But it was definitely like Jay had an issue with one of the costumes. I didn't have an issue with any of the costumes, especially because they weren't really part of the plot in the sense that those scenes didn't really affect. They're all projections of the future. Like, that could change. Like, they can make, by the time they get their movie, you know, we can get a better look at them. You know, more funding, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So, Jay, how about for you, man? What would you rate Madam Web?
I would rate it a 3. Like, kind of want to go 4, but it does have a couple of issues with it that kind of keep it at 3. But overall, it was enjoyable, and I am planning on buying the special edition when it comes to digital.
Really? Wow. Okay. So answer this question for me. For both of you, answer this question for me, and then we can move on to other things. But like, I'll start with you, Jay. What was your single favorite thing about this movie?
I don't know that I had a single favorite thing. Like, it's more a vibe.
Okay. So what's the vibe? What was the vibe that you liked about it? Or describe the vibe is what I'm trying to ask you to do. Describe the vibe. Like, if that was the thing you liked about it the most, what was it? What's that vibe?
It's like, we are trying to make a good movie. It's not just a cash grab vibe. Like, it did feel like they were trying to make a good movie.
Okay. Not like Venom. Like, when you see Venom, or like
Venom feels like a cash grab. Venom 2 seems like a cash grab.
Venom 2 is definitely a cash grab.
Morbius 2, it didn't feel like they were trying. Like, it didn't feel like a cash grab, but it didn't feel like they were trying either. It was just kind of there. Tiger Claw asked, does Madam Web have a post-credit scene? No, it does not.
Okay.
But yeah, it does feel like they were trying to make a good movie.
Okay. And how? Oh, go ahead.
And I can respect that.
Okay. And how about you, Mo? What was the single favorite thing about this movie?
I think once it got to the end and they're having the big fight, I did say, like, it's an interesting way to fight that's not the typical, but she did use a superpower. Part of it is her, like, Doctor Strange stuff, which is like the projection. So he's like, Ezekiel's like, you can't save all of them. And then she astral projected 3 times along the web, saved all of them, and then fucked them up too a little bit. And then he fucked her up back, and then she came back to reality, to her single body form. But it was like that was kind of cool. It wasn't like a super like gratuitous use of power, but it was a surprise, and I think that the way it all led up, like that was a good touch. When Jay talked about the vibe, like that's one of the things too. Like they're giving you like they're not even giving you the origin for these other spider people. They're just right now they're just in a vulnerable state where they can't if he gets to them they can't realize their potential. She needs to protect the future. It's almost like a Terminator thing, and the that's kind of like this movie is like that. It's basically Terminator coming and John Reese protecting the future. um the It did remind me, call back to the comics where it's like there was a time when there was way too many spider people, but nobody complained. Like they complained for Wolverine or even X-Men,
Right.
you know? And I'm like, man, like there's still like you can do other shit. Like if any one of these girls would have their own movie and you got a team like this doing it, it's like I'd be in. Like if you can tell me you're gonna do like an Aranya movie instead of because Marvel has MCU's got Peter Parker and you're gonna some in a weird way tie it in, but you don't have to. Like you can just do it. I'm like, I could be down. You know what I mean? And even this one, like you could say it's like I was expecting to see a Spider-Verse connection to it, but because you see her in the Spider-Verse, it's like the same, almost a similar graphic than what you see when you see the Web of Life in Across the Spider-Verse too. So it's like I was expecting to see some kind of connection to that, like because it did look like they're not going to be able to fight. So it's like, what if like Miguel O'Hara comes and just fucks him up and says, "Hey, no, this is, I helped you out because this is your canon moment. Somebody fucked with it, so that your canon moment, you're not ready yet, but here we are." I was expecting to see something like that, but they did it without it, and yeah, and that's the thing. Is like they did really try to do a good movie. They shouldn't have been Ezekiel. It should have been like one of the runt inheritors. Like they always have the dumb one or whatever that gets killed in every
Yeah.
universe. It should have been somebody like that. They could have teased Ezekiel in the sense that he's like watching over everybody, because in the end, like that if you were trying to make a trilogy, that would be the big twist for the third one where Ezekiel is actually nefarious. You can't do it with Peter, you could do it with them, um but yeah, so I think they probably rushed some things, but they could have done an inheritor. That would have been made a lot more sense. It would have made a lot more sense because he had spider sense. They show him using spider sense. He shouldn't have, part of it. He could have seen some of those fireworks coming. It was her manipulating timeline, which again, if TVA shows up, then I'm even happier. But
Right.
long call, because she is manipulating.
Right.
Like she. That's why the deja vu thing was like, because he's like, okay, she's changed. She gets the deja vu and then she changes it, and that's like she's manipulating the web. She's weaving. She's gonna be the master weaver at some point. Yeah. But yeah. So, but overall, I did enjoy it more. I was ready to hate it, and there's
I know
very little about it that I hate, except for
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's more technical comic lore stuff, which that's nothing new. Like even the best comic book movies have that, me nitpicking at that. So, but overall, the movie itself flowed good. Even like the Ben Parker, like giving him his like work ethic and hair, like him being a paramedic and everything, a veteran and all that shit, like. And then him being there where Richard were like, it connects that Peter connection. Like it's something they don't need to do, but adds to the Spider-Man lore from the side, and so I enjoyed that too. Like I didn't throw up my popcorn. Yeah.
There it is. Okay. All right. Y'all want to do some quick comic book news before we get out of here?
I didn't get any stories.
That's okay. Look, we got stories.
I got stories.
You want to do the music?
There it is. Yeah. Let's do some comic book news music.
We should have a like her. Well, not like that, but like.
There it is. Look, so Tiger Claw jumps right in. Did you see the official casting for the MCU
God damn
Fantastic
it.
Four movie?
Again,
I don't like it.
What?
that was my story. That was
Yeah,
my
Yeah.
we're
story.
doing it, Oz. We're doing
Yeah,
it.
but I was supposed to do it.
So tell
Oh,
it.
you do it, Oz. Here,
No,
look,
I'm
touch,
out. Nope, done.
click
Go ahead.
I
click
still
the
don't-
button with Tiger Claw.
Tiger Claw asked the question. I still don't know what it is. I just know I don't like it.
Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Great.
Damn. Oh, look,
Uh,
is that the whole story,
No.
Oz?
No, but that's the only name you guys are gonna know. Like Vanessa
Right,
Kirby
that's
is
true.
Sue Storm.
But who's
Joseph
she?
Quinn
What
is
she look like? You got the picture ready? You got to
Firecrotch
share?
or
I
whatever.
got you. Let's see. So the picture Vanessa Kirby looks like
What did she do?
Not
Like this.
related to the actual Kirby, by the way.
Jacker. Well, no, she wouldn't look like that.
Yeah, she's a couple
So-
generations removed.
Oh, she's
you know?
British.
Yeah.
Nice.
Listen, I'll give Hollywood props for finally casting a Sue Storm that looks like Sue Storm, at least a little
Yeah,
bit.
but then they went and screwed up Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Hold on, you guys know what Pedro Pascal looks like. Tiger Claw says, you don't like Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic? Don't you want Latino representation? Wouldn't you love a Latino Reed Richards? You look,
First of
are
all,
you asking Oz? Are you asking Oz this?
Look,
I
but
don't like
I don't like
the name.
I don't like Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards either, and it has nothing to do with Latino. Because if I want my Reed Richards, I want Reed Richards, not Ricky Ricardo. You know what I mean?
I want Reed Richards representation. How about that? How
Right,
about I get representation for these characters? Not
And look, I feel look. I think Pedro Pascal could be a good Reed Richards. He plays white all the time. The problem is, there's a lot better people that can do Reed Richards better. You
I
know,
don't
like
know if
I see Pedro Pascal in everything, and I don't like. I'm not wowed like everybody else is. Everybody loves him. I'm not wowed by his performances. You know, I would take I want John Hamm as Reed Richards. Yeah.
I don't know if I want John Hamm, but yeah, I hear what you're
That's
saying
a
though.
better
I'm
choice
definitely
than Pedro Pascal. He could do the air like unknowingly arrogant, condescending, smart person talking to that, especially that Sue Richards. Like that's literally an episode of Mad Men. Like
yeah. I
him
don't
talking
think
you know.
I don't
So,
think I don't think I don't think Pedro Pascal's the right pick either. I don't think John Hamm would be the right pick either though. Yeah, but man, it's wild because like who would have thunk that I'm like I don't know, maybe we should just went with Krasinski because
No, I'm willing, like I'm willing to go like that. That's where my thought was going to with that. But I like the dude that played in the shitty Miles Teller, like he's grown up.
Yeah.
And him as a grown up, as an adult actor right now, like if you watch the show The Offer, like he's Reed Richards in The Offer.
Oh wow! See, and Miles Teller is a great actor. He just didn't, he didn't see
That
like
was
his
just a bad
face is a
movie.
little weird.
Well, it's a bad.
Yeah,
movie.
it was a bad movie.
So
yeah, it is a bad.
And then
movie.
you got I don't know. There's two other white dudes in it that are one of them playing the Thing. I can't see any of them as a Thing, and then that leaves the other dude that's playing Johnny Storm. That guy doesn't seem like Johnny Storm to me. But I guess they're not making Johnny Storm like the socialite.
You don't
like,
think he could be? He looks like Johnny Storm to me.
I don't know. Like,
Nah, he looks like a weird D&D player to me.
yeah, no,
that doesn't
he doesn't
give off Johnny Storm vibe.
He doesn't look like a dude that white chicks will swoon over.
I mean,
like
he might have to work out a little bit.
But again, that's what you're giving me right now. That's what I'm judging the casting on.
He's got a weird face too.
So You know, maybe if he was a Vern victim, he could get the white chicks to give him some sympathy play. But it's like
A
because
burn victim.
Johnny Storm needs to be like somebody like a Sean White, like, but not like that look, but like the appeal that like a Sean White has, or like a one of these like BMX dudes, you know, like because that's who he is. On top of having, you know, and then him as the thing, like honestly, that dude is a brilliant actor. He could
Yeah.
be Reed Richards with that look.
Yeah, make that dude
Yeah.
Reed Richards.
You
They
know,
cast
like
it all
Yeah.
wrong.
if you're
They should
casting
just do Pedro
him,
Pascal
look,
do the voice for the
that dude
thing.
should be the weathered Cyclops that like is ready for like, you know, what is it, the
Day the
Messiah
Future
complex.
Past Cyclops.
Like
Oh,
he could
Messiah.
be like Messiah complex Cyclops. Save that dude. If you can, Marvel can get that dude. Save him for that. Don't use
Well,
him for
keeping in mind that thing will probably be CGI, and it'll
right.
be like
Again,
based on his performance.
again,
Like he
yeah.
got the blue eyes at least.
But you got a good actor. That dude needs to be a leader of a team, not the thing.
Mm.
You know,
What
he
about
can do it.
Mm.
He can do it. But if I'm getting that actor, that's a waste to put him as a thing. You know, like for me, like I would
Gotcha.
put him as like a Cyclops in like a Messiah complex, like Extinction. Like was it you know that series where he's like, you know, after Xavier, like he can't really trust Xavier. You know, like that's the
Oh,
dude for that.
yeah. And I know
You
we
know,
all know what Pedro Pascal looks like, but I feel bad
yeah.
not showing him. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know why
He don't look like he could
like
stretch.
he don't look like he can stretch. That fool look mad stiff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you know, I would like him for Doom. Like him as Doctor Doom, I think would be great. But
Pedro
you know,
Pascal could be a pretty decent Doom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or a Molecule
So, but
Man.
yeah, I mean, listen, I
Even a
don't like the
Nihilist.
cast. Say again.
Like him, or like even Molecule Man, or a Nihilist. Like I would put Pedro Pascal on something with a little more gravitas.
Hmm.
You know, because even Reed Richards,
Pedro Pascal could
is
be a
actually,
good Beyonder too.
yeah, that's a good one. Like he could be Kang.
He could be Kang. Yeah.
He could be
So,
anybody I don't care about. I guess is what
oh,
I'm trying
jeez.
to.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, the cast doesn't make me worried for the movie. It's just a preference thing and honestly, everybody else I think is fine. It's literally just Pedro Pascal where I'm like, that's not who I would have picked. But who knows? Maybe he'll end up being being great. But we'll see. I doubt it. I'm sure he'll be good.
I think he's gonna play it like he did in Wonder Woman 84.
Oh God, he better not.
That's why that's his white man. That's how he plays that.
He better not. Like
No,
he
man,
can't do that.
I mean, he's a white man in Last of Us. And that was
I
never
mean,
seen
kind
that.
of.
Never
What do
seen
you
it.
say?
I never seen it.
What? Oz, are you
Yeah,
being
I'm not-
serious right now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not.
I never saw it either, but I know he played a white man in
What?
yeah. I played the game.
What?
I don't
What?
need to watch it.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right.
I've seen Walking Dead and I've played the game. Same.
Yeah. Okay.
I got
Are y'all? Are you?
like I don't need.
I'm getting kind of sick of Pedro Pascal. Actually,
That's where I'm at too.
I got Pedro Pascal fatigue.
Yeah.
You're so crazy. Like,
I'm
he's
not even
in that
joking.
much
I
stuff.
really am starting to get tired of him. He's
what
taking
he-
over Aquafina's slot in people I'm getting tired of seeing on TV and movies.
But dude, like Pedro Pascal is consistently good, except for Wonder Woman.
Oh, except for the okay.
Yeah.
Except for where he
look,
should have been.
Well, and you got to remember a lot of the Mandalorian, the better Mandalorian episodes, he wasn't even in.
Okay. All right. Jay's gone. I was gonna say, Jay, you gone?
He will not hear
Yeah.
That's the new
the
zombie game.
reputation of his Pedro Pascal.
That's the
There
new
it
zombie
is.
game on Steam. Jay's gone.
Yeah, Jay's gone. Well, listen, it is time for us to get out of here. So let's play the music and let's dip.
No,
Yeah. Oh, I did want to mention. Are you guys ready for Comic-Con the cruise? You guys ready to book?
The cruise?
Oh, exactly.
when is it?
It got announced
When is it?
next year, February 5th through 9th. It's
I could
basically
barely
just
handle the smell in that hall as it is. Now I'm trapped.
Yeah, but that's all poor people.
You're gonna be on the open
cruise
sea.
is
You're gonna be on the
for
open sea
people.
though.
Yeah. No, that's poor people's thing. On a cruise, it's all rich people's thing. It's different.
Listen, and
How much
you're not lying because the cost, it starts at like $9.99 per person.
That's it.
Okay.
I'll take 2.
There it is. So
Fucking
you know,
word
it's like
to fly out to
we
Comic-Con.
had watching Madam Web. There's a commercial for Disney cruise, and you know, Emily's like, nothing about a cruise really appeals to me. Like, I don't think that would be fun at all. And I'm like, you know, there's heavy metal cruises where it's like concerts going on 24/7, like in the pool, in the bar, in the casino, in the buffet hall. You know, so for me, like that sounds fun, but it's like I'd probably go there alone. Like I would do that, but. And then the Comic-Con one, like right after we talked about that, when we got out the movie, I saw your text about that, and I'm like, that would probably be one I would go to as well. Or like I would do like to me like a Star Trek cruise or like a Comic-Con cruise or a heavy metal cruise, like 70,000 tons of metal, they call it. Like I would do that, you know, but it'd be a thematic cruise, and you know, it'd probably be something I'd do alone. Yeah, but
listen,
you know,
this one you wouldn't have to do alone. You might be able to do it with a member of the Fantastic Forum.
I like the idea of being on the open seas and shit, you know. So, but that's just me. But I would do a boat ride just in general. But I'm
just
not, you know. I don't know. Like it's just a cruise is, you know, a plain old cruise. You need a little. Sorry, I was doing the wrong place.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. I would do something different, you know, like something thematic, you know.
Right. Yeah. And you know, supposedly it's gonna be like, I mean, they haven't released the full itinerary or anything yet. Oh, not itinerary, the full programming, but it's supposed to be like a convention on a cruise ship, and you do go into port. It goes to Cozumel. Cozumel.
Yeah. Leaving
so
from,
you basically start in Florida. You start in Tampa. You spend a day at sea going towards Cozumel. Then you spend a day in Cozumel, and then another day in sea, then back to Tampa.
Oh, that seems kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's like basically 4 days.
It's not getting the plane ride out there either, right? It's just the boat ride.
No, you got to get there yourself.
The whole thing. Okay, I'm trying to plan the trip myself to El Cocoche, but we'll see.
There you go.
That's where my uncle lives.
All right, fellas, let's do some final thoughts. Oscor, give me some final thoughts, buddy.
I guess there's bucket hats now in our shop.
Amen, brother. Amen. Moses, back to final thoughts.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna be doing some more video shit as soon as I get the opportunity. So, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Thank you for the support for the stuff we have. But there's gonna be more stuff coming.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, basically, thank you all for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. We'll be back next week. So until then, we are the Fantastic Forum. Good night.